Alrighty then, Successful Indie Author 5-Minute Focus, episode 1102. Shaping of a graphic for an ad. I think I'm about the best person to talk about this because I know nothing. I know nothing about it. However, recently I have been able to craft some pretty successful and impactful ads because I followed a very simple formula that Steve Higgs taught me. So what do we start with? We start with the right tools. And for me, the right tool is BookBrush because I don't know how to use Photoshop or any other Photoshop clones. I had Canva for a while and it grew more complex than I could handle. I know everybody uses Canva and it's easy. However, it's not easy enough for me. So I moved over to BookBrush. BookBrush, as simple as it can possibly be. They have a series of templates and you just pick the right size template. For me, I picked the Facebook square thing. And then use an enticing image. Every once in a while, Deposit Photo will have a sale, $39 for 100 images. So I think I still have 720 images left. So I pick my background image off Deposit Photos, a human-made image that somebody will get paid a royalty for. So you take that image, you put it on the background on this thing, it sizes it for you. You can expand it and shrink it and fit it in there and adjust it however you want. And then the big thing, the hook. Okay, that has to have something to do with your book that you're advertising. And then the hook. Hook is usually like a review or something somebody told you about your book, but also it has to be very clear that this is the best book they've read. This is the most sciencey science fiction. This is the most compelling story I've read in a long time. There's all kinds of those reviews. Once you've been out and around for a while, you'll see them. And it's like, hey, I can't believe somebody read my book and actually thought this. Yes, they thought that. And that's something that you need to share. So you put it in there. Best story I've read in a while. Very clear that now you have a book. But if you have it on Kindle Unlimited, you can put the words in there, available on Kindle Unlimited. And then that also makes it very, very clear that this is an ad for a book. You're not advertising for a magazine filled with sexy pictures of women. You're not advertising for a movie. You're advertising for a book. That's it. It's very, very simple. The quote and the text, short, sweet, a hook, the image that's enticing, it's enough to get them to click. They click on that and then they go over and now you're on your product page or wherever you've sent them, and that has to make the sale. But that's something different. This, how do you get them to click on that ad? How do you get the right readers to click on that ad? That's what this graphic is all about. So if it's a science fiction story, you want the science fiction background. You don't put a dragon on a science fiction story that's set in space on a space station where they're making nuclear weapons. No. Make sure you get the right readers. Don't pull in fantasy readers, have that elven fantasy vibe on a story that doesn't have elven fantasy anything in it. So get that. And Deposit Photos has millions and millions of photos. Other examples of photo repositories. Use something that's paid for, that's legal, and you can put on your background. Copy that in there, and if you have a logo or something, you put that on there too. BookBrush is really easy. It's idiot simple for somebody like me who doesn't know anything about pixels and sizes and stuff like that. There you go. That's it. That's the idiot's guide to making an effective graphic. The hooky words, as big as you can put them, and they don't cover up the artwork that also is enticing for exactly your genre. You've written a great book. Now put it in the right reader's hands, and you can do it smart and quickly. This is the big thing for me. It's quick and it's intelligently done, as if I knew what I was doing with the graphics. Peace, fellow humans.